everybody. So I bought this book. It just came out recently, and it's a terrific read. I thought, I'll read through it real quick and do a video book review. But it's so rich that I want to spend a little bit of time, not only with the book, but with you, to really discuss some of the issues. Dan Harris is an ABC News journalist, co-host of Weekend Good Morning America, a fabulous guy. Follow him on Twitter. Do the 10% Happier podcast. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Had an anxiety attack on national television. Never meditated before. Thought I'll meditate, and he got into it, and it changed his life. So much so that he wrote a book called 10% Happier, and that turned into a podcast and an app that are both really, really cool. But it turns out that, even with the book and the podcast and the app, people thought meditation sounds wonderful, but they're still not doing it as much as what, they should. And so Dan and Jeff Warren, who is brilliant, by the way, I'm going to read an excerpt from him in just a minute. They did a tour around the country asking people, clearly the science is on the side of meditation. It's beneficial, it's helpful, but why don't people do it? And they came up with a list of reasons, the top reasons that people gave for why they don't meditate, and they addressed those questions in this book. And so what I want to do is over the next few weeks is kind of unpack a question or two or an issue or two, the reason that people give for not meditating, and try to discuss some of those with you here. Today I just want to kind of intro the book, though, Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics. There'll be a link below where you can pick that up. But let me just read. I just thought this was brilliant in the somewhere in the introduction. Now, if I can find it, this is what Jeff Warren. This is Dan writing about Jeff Warren, and Jeff was this fidgety guy, super ADD, anxiety ridden, never thought he could meditate. And started. And this is what Jeff Warren. This is Dan Harris talking about Jeff Warren. You'll get that when I start reading it. Meditation, he says, that's Jeff, calmed and grounded him. And it taught him that you can't run from your baggage. You need to see it clearly so that it doesn't yank you around. Meditation, says Jeff, and this is a quote, is about bringing into awareness some habit that was previously unconscious. Insofar as it's unconscious, you have no perspective around it. It totally governs you. It owns you. You're being hurled along automatically by it. As soon as you can start to notice that happening and see it, then it becomes less and less of a problem. So I'm at a point in my life, having practiced enough, that I can now see where most of my neurotic struggles are. And because I can see them, I can admit them, and they end up being less of a problem. That's the end of the quote. And then Dan Harris says this. I think this is brilliant. This is the beauty of meditation, the superpower, the judo move. What you see clearly cannot drive you. Ignorance is not bliss. And that's been my own experience with meditation, is it really helps us slow down and elevate our awareness about our thoughts, our actions, the triggers around us that cause us to act in certain ways. And it's massively beneficial. So what I want to do is encourage you to start, give it a try. And in my next video, I'm going to discuss the first chapter and the first reason that people give for not meditating, which is, I just can't meditate. I can't do it. I can't clear my mind. I can't focus. I cannot do it. So if that's you, stay tuned for my next video, because we're going to address that actually, yes, you can meditate. See you soon.